The first and most important step when beginning an SMP is choosing a good server host. A bad host can lead to a laggy server, which makes for a bad player experience. Each host offers a different server utility panel with their own benefits and drawbacks. Having an easy-to-use panel is important for server maintenance. Next comes choosing/finding players to join your SMP. It can be a difficult journey starting out, but many people enjoy starting fresh and building from the beginning of a server. Recruiting members can be done on Reddit, which is where the Fishbowl SMP, which I'm a member of, finds new players. Discord is also a very powerful tool for recruiting new members, as people on Discord are generally looking to connect with others and share fun experiences in-game. Be sure to carefully choose who joins your world and that they fit the playstyle of the SMP you're creating. Invite close friends who you trust and actively involve server members in the recruitment process to ensure everyone is on board with new players joining and becoming part of your community. Depending on the type of Minecraft experience you and your players are looking for, the tools you use will vary. A great tool for any server with rules is Core Protect, or another anti-griefing plugin. It allows server owners and admins to track interactions with chests and other items in the world to see who may have committed an act of griefing on your server. Dine Map was also recommended by an SMP owner, as it allows members to show off their builds in an interesting and unique way. I haven't used it myself, so I can't speak to the use of the tool, but it sounds cool. Keeping players engaged long-term is a task in and of itself, but choosing the right players to add to your roster can significantly assist you in this journey. Server members who seek to effect change and add value to your server will show themselves quickly, and this can be encouraged simply by engaging with your players. Being present on your server, chatting in Discord text and voice chat, sharing cool things you're working on, and brainstorming new ideas for community events are all good ways to bring your community closer together. Players who aren't in it for the long run will weed themselves out, and it's best to learn to let go of members who don't stick around long. You may choose to enforce content creation and participation on your server, or you may choose to allow members to do as they please at their own pace. This all depends on you and what you want out of your SMP. If you'd like it to be focused on content creation, your focus should be on finding content creators to join your server. If your focus is on large-scale builds, you should be finding members who wish to do the same. It all goes back to finding the right players for your server and ensuring the community goals align with your goals for the server. Keep in mind, not every player is a content creator, and not every content creator creates at the same pace you might. Everyone is different and everyone can contribute in their own way. Just be sure to communicate amongst the group. Events should be easy to learn and accessible to everyone on the server. This way, people stay engaged and active. Most of the time, players joining events wish to engage with other people, and the activity is just an excuse to do so. Having small and large events frequently enough to keep members coming back will go a long way to your server's longevity and growth. Events don't have to be completely original or unique, but they should fit within the goals and vibe of your server. If your server isn't focused on PvP, don't make all your events PvP based. Brainstorming ideas for events is sometimes a challenging task, but asking your community for input and lowering the expectations for the depth an event should have are two ways to make it easier. As stated in the last segment, players generally join events simply to play the game with other people, meaning you don't have to do in-depth lore for the reason behind your event unless you want to do that. You can borrow ideas for events from others in the Minecraft community, Reddit, YouTube, Discord, etc. It's okay to recreate events that others have already done. Not every player will join your server with good intentions, but most that fit this description will, like the inactive players, weed themselves out. Griefers and other non-constructive player types are generally doing what they do for the attention it receives. Starving them of attention will lead to either them leaving the server of their own will or doing something to get banned. Carefully picking players to join your server can help in preventing this a lot of the time, but it is likely that someone will eventually join who wants to grief. Reviving a dead SMP is a nearly impossible task. If players have moved on and are uninterested in the game, nothing will bring them back. A server that has a few loyal players can always be built upon, but if you're the only person playing on your server, you're playing single player. Again, choosing people who you trust and who fit the playstyle and goals of your server will help immensely with keeping an SMP alive, but if it has died, and I have no advice. The hardest part of being an SMP owner is having all the responsibility of the health and well-being of the SMP placed at your feet. Anything that goes wrong is your fault. Every complaint goes through you. Having a team can help, but inevitably players will blame you for the troubles of the server as you are the owner. Remember that it's a game, people will feel what they feel, and you can only do so much to please others.